Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. Inside the Niger Delta. Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, making a difference.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, has called on multinational oil companies to remit their 3% operating cost accruable to the Commission in lump sums rather than in tranches to allow the intervention agency meet the yearnings of largely underdeveloped communities in the region. Dr. Ogbuku made the call recently at a meeting organized by the Ministry of Niger Delta Development with international oil companies and stakeholders in Abuja.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, whose mandate is to facilitate holistic development and peace in the oil-rich region through the provision of critical social amenities, human capacity development and empowerment, has had to contend with inadequate funding and poor remittance by oil companies in arresting these growing concerns within the region. Speaking recently at a meeting convened by the Ministry of Niger Delta Development with international oil companies and stakeholders, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, wants IOCs to fulfill their obligations towards the renewal of the region.
You can measure your 3% annually and just pay off your 3% annually for that reason, rather than paying in trickles. Once that money comes in bulk, it is easier to budget that money. If in the process of paying this money and you are telling us that this is what we expect you to do in our areas of operations, we can go into those discussions.
Over 50 years of oil exploration and production activities in Nigeria's oil-rich Niger Delta region has left in its trail widespread poverty, underdevelopment and security challenges. While all efforts by governments and its partners in the past seems to be inadequate, Dr. Ogbuku noted that the Commission has been repositioned to tackle these towering problems through efficient and effective service delivery.
The administration we have on board in NDDC is not willing to mismanage your funds. We can partner together on these funds. How much are you giving to us this year? Let us sit down. This is the project we want to do. We put it in our budget and we do it together.
Participants and representatives of multinational oil companies, while emphasizing the need for clarity in government policies, commit to support all efforts in changing the ugly narrative in the region.
We don't want a situation where under the PIA, communities are doing schools. NDDC comes to do a school beside the school that community is building. But if we are not very careful how we work all of this out, we'll see these duplications.
I know the effort we also made as an industry to get NDDC then to support our host communities. But I have to say, we are seeing a change. Because since Dr. Sam came in, they actually sometimes come to us and say, what can we do? So Dr. Sam, thanks to you and your team, because that's a real big change.
Earlier, the Minister of Niger Delta Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo, also emphasized the need for a joint action by all parties in tackling the economic woes and development needs in the oil-rich region.
We want to see such proposals involving most of these oil companies and the NDDC in form of MOU to utilize such money for the development of such an area.
Other issues discussed at the consultative meeting include the modalities for the inclusion of a representative of international oil companies on the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, as well as the call on oil companies to fast-track actions in constituting host community development trusts and speedy resolutions of all related issues. Inside the Niger Delta. Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, making a difference. Inside the Niger Delta.